Hello, I'm Anne Kerr. Welcome to my art studio. Line and wash seems to be very popular at the moment. I've been asked if I'll do some more line and wash paintings. So in this video, that's exactly what I'll do. Now when I do the editing, I'll speed up some of the bits a little so that the video doesn't turn out to be too long. But if you wish to slow down the video, you can do so by clicking up in the top right-hand corner on the three little white dots and selecting video speed. So, line and wash, here we come. Are you ready? The materials I'm using for this painting are my two permanent ink pens, 01 and 05, a putty rubber, my watercolour brushes, the size 80 and the size 8 and the little rigger, and two colours, quinacridone gold and sepia. And I'll be using 100% cotton cold pressed 300 GSM paper. Starting off with the smaller pen, so I can get some soft, lovely broken lines away in the distance. And again on the trees, keep the lines nice and broken to show interest and texture. This is a picture of an old village pump, where the villagers used to come along with their buckets and cans to collect their water, which they carried back to their houses. No longer used, but it's preserved to remember times gone by. There again, some more nice, broken, interesting lines. Changing now to the larger pen, the 05, to get some stronger and slightly darker lines. Here, because the surface of the pump is flat, I can afford to have straight, flat, less broken lines. Always try and let the lines of your drawing describe the texture of the actual object that you're drawing. Break up the lines again to show some more texture. Now over to the bushes. on the right hand side of the painting and a few sticks and stones. Again, keep the lines nice and broken in the foliage. And the little bits on the pump that we forgot. Now for the shading. When you're shading something that has a rough texture, keep your shading lines looking rough as well. The piece of paper under my hand is to prevent the oil from my hand from making marks on the paper. Some nice textured lines describing the bark of the tree. And here on the pump, some curved lines at the top and some straight lines where it's flat. If you would like to do this little painting, I'll put the line drawing for this up on my website, and you can download that for free. I'll put a link to that in the description below this video. Here I'm still using my 05 pen and keeping the lines straight because the surface of the pump is flat, unlike the lines that are up in the tree. If you want it a little darker, then just go back over it again. Some curved lines on the actual tap because the tap is rounded, and a bit of shadow underneath. Little bits of scribble at the bottom of the hedge, and back to the stones where the front of the stones are flat, therefore my lines are going to be straight. Let your shading lines tell a story. Let it tell the viewer what the surface of the object is that you're actually shading. I've enlarged this so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm doing what we call negative drawing, which is filling in the space around the object, namely the stalks of the plants, and leaving the stalks of the plants as white paper. now back to the normal size drawing and a little bit of foliage on the edge of the plant and a few grasses. Over to the right hand side, a few grasses, a few sticks and stones, and some shading on the bushes. When you're shading foliage, use the technique that I use, which is called dot-scribble. And those of you that have watched my videos in the past will know that dot-scribble is a technical term. Little bit of shading on the trunks of the bushes. And a few little sticks and twigs in the hedge so that you know it's a hedge. And a few little dot stipples on the stones so that you know that they're stones. I've rubbed out all the pencil lines, and now we're going to paint by wetting the sky first of all with clear water, and then in with that beautiful, beautiful quinacridone gold. In with a bit of sepia. And take out a bit of texture for clouds. Now some watered down sepia. Don't be afraid to leave white spaces. It's not a watercolour painting, it's just a line and wash. And various mixtures of the two colours. I've allowed the sky to dry before doing the tree with just watered down sepia. Don't worry too much about staying inside the lines. Leave little bits of white paper showing. Now for some quinacridone gold onto the hedge, slightly stronger now as we're coming forward in the picture. And drop in some sepia at the base of the hedge. It's the same colours for the pump. And a suggestion of some shadow behind the pump. And a little colour onto the steps. A little darker onto the pump for interest. And some lovely quinacridone gold onto the plants, remembering that this will dry a lot lighter. Over to the right hand side now, wet the bushes with clear water and drop in some of the mixes that we have already used. a little bit of sepia onto the trunks of the bushes and take out a bit of colour on the right hand side. Now in with that lovely gold again. Notice the size of the brush that I'm using. Now some sepia. And some more sepia, slightly darker in the foreground. Blend these together. Using a big brush just makes life so much easier. Add a little colour to the steps. Don't be afraid to leave white paper. And the little bit of the foliage that we forgot. With the rigger brush, a little bit of colour onto the stones. Now add a little bit of texture in the foreground. And we're done. Take off the tape and see what we've got. And there's the finished picture. I decided to come away from the usual blue sky and green grass, and I think this has worked out rather well. If you'd like to have a go at this little line and wash painting, I'll put the line drawing up on my website and you can download it for free. I'll put the details and the link in the description below this video. If you'd like more videos like this, then consider clicking that subscribe button and the little bell icon, because that will let you know when I upload another video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, there is an artist in everyone. Goodbye for now.